Alrighty, everyone. I'm starting today's Bitcoin update with this chart to prove that Bitcoin is currently in a bear market. I want to make this clear first so I can go into more detail in today's update. As you can see, price was making higher lows and higher highs again and again. This continued until the structure broke and price started making lower lows and lower highs on the weekly time frame. This usually confirms a bear market. In the chart, you'll also see a green line called the weekly 50 EMA. This acts like a barrier between a bull market and a bear market. If the price is trading below this EMA, it means we are in a bear market. And don't just take my word for it, history shows the same thing. Every time the price goes below the 50 weekly EMA, a bear market starts. And every time we move back above it, a bull market begins. Which brings me to my next chart and probably the most important one for this video. I spent hours creating these three possible scenarios for Bitcoin that could play out in the coming months. The first scenario is that the bottom is already in and price is going to new all-time highs around $150,000. But for this to happen, we need to flip the weekly 50 EMA, the same green line we talked about earlier. If we flip it, it would confirm that the bear market is over and a new bull market has started. Personally, I think this is very unlikely, and I'll explain why with more data later in the video. The second scenario is a full bear market where price ignores all news and catalysts and just keeps dropping until it finds a bottom. This is interesting, but I have a better scenario. The third scenario is a mid-level bear case, and this is the one I'm most confident in. It suggests we get a fake rally to the upside that convinces people the bottom is in. So they start opening leveraged long positions, and then market makers liquidate them. This fake rally could go up to around $80,000 to $90,000, which also aligns with the weekly 50 EMA. Once bulls are trapped, the price could drop again and form a new low. I also have more data to support this scenario. This is the data I was talking about. We are breaking out of a trend line on the weekly time frame. It suggests a possible change in trend and a potential short-term rally to the upside. Now, if we go further, you can also see the Bitcoin liquidation heat map, which basically sums everything up. It shows that if Bitcoin reaches $86,000, then over $1.5 billion worth of shorts will be liquidated. Holy moly, that's a B. On the other hand, if price drops to $69,000 from here, only about $100 million in shorts will be liquidated. This is very interesting data and suggests there is more potential for price to move higher. We also have Donald Trump extending the ceasefire without giving a clear deadline. In simple terms, this means the war is unlikely to resume for at least 2 to 3 months, so there's no major negative headline right now that could instantly dump the market. He also announced a ceasefire involving Lebanon, which could help calm tensions with Iran. This could lead to a more stable situation and support market confidence for a longer period. We don't know exactly how long these ceasefires will last, but based on the current tone, it looks like they could hold for at least a month, which is enough time for the kind of fake rally we're expecting. If all of this still isn't enough to support the mid-level bear case, take a look at this historical chart. It's very interesting and tells us a lot. I mean, really a lot. It shows how the market often moves sideways in a range on the weekly or daily time frame, slowly boring traders. Then suddenly it looks like it's breaking out of the range, but the breakout isn't strong or real. Traders who were bored and were waiting for a move jump in without proper confirmation. After that, the market reverses and drops brutally, liquidating those traders. A similar pattern seems to be forming right now, and it aligns perfectly with our mid-level bear case. This suggests we could see a small fake rally first, followed by a strong and brutal move down. move. Another very interesting chart full of data. It honestly takes me ages to find and build these charts. Anyway, it suggests that a bear market bottom usually takes at least 365 plus days, so a year or even longer to fully form. Before that, any signs of a bottom forming are most likely fake. Keep in mind, this is based on real data from previous bear and bull markets. And as I showed earlier, we are already seeing some of these early signs like the breakout of the weekly trend line, which can make traders think the bottom is in. But there's a high chance this rally could be fake, followed by a strong move down. At least that's what this chart and the chart before that suggesting. April's about to end and May is about to begin very soon. This month has been very great for Bitcoin in terms of gains. We saw a whopping 14% move in price. It's actually one of the best months so far this year, so that's something to celebrate. Now, coming to the bad news, while making this video, I found this. The data suggests that every time a new Federal Reserve chairman takes office, Bitcoin has dumped. Now, I don't know why this happens. It's honestly absurd, but it does. At least that's what the data suggests. And there's also that saying, sell in May and go away. So yeah, let's hope we survive May and nothing serious happens to Bitcoin. Now, I know all of this information and data can feel overwhelming, and I understand because it felt the same for me at the start. That's why I took my own time to build this chart for you. This chart shows the levels where I personally think it's good to buy and sell Bitcoin in long term. Keep in mind, this is just my personal opinion formed after studying technical analysis and looking at many charts over the time. So if you want to follow it, do it at your own risk. I mainly used Fibonacci for this, which has proven to be one of the more accurate tools out there. If you're interested in learning Bitcoin price action in this new and unique style, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I see you in the next video. Peace.